track comments, project notes, and total recall of outboard gear in MOTU Digital Performer 9. So first let's talk about track comments. In Digital Performer you have had this feature for a while, and in the tracks overview we will open up a little bit more, and let's zoom in here a little bit. Let's zoom in here a little bit. And now you can see all the way to the right you have these comment fields. If you don't see it, it's a preference you can set. You can double click on anything up here, open the preferences, and then you can turn on the comments field or turn it off. You have some other things in here you can add as well. So you can totally customize it to your situation. And sometimes I even, depending on what I'm doing in my session, sometimes I'll turn something off because I need it right now. Sometimes I'll turn something off because I don't need it at this particular time. Let's close this. Another thing you can do here, you can actually grab the title and move these things around. You can't take the comments though. That is fixed at the most right position. So simply here you can add comments for conductor track, MIDI tracks, audio tracks, and aux tracks, and so on. So you just click there, a comment window will open up. And you can add anything in here. You can add comments like what type of microphone you'll be using, patches, and other setup information. In the chunks window, you have the same thing. We also have comments, so we can add a comment to a chunk. And a new feature that was introduced in DP9, you can also make comments for your whole project. And that's one thing that can go here in a sidebar. Let's use it over here in this sidebar. And we'll go down here to project notes, and then you have a blank screen here. You can write all kinds of stuff, and that is saved with the project. And there is actually another place where you can add comments to sound files in DP. So if you go over here, change this window to the sound file information, you will see down here there's a comment window also for the individual soundbite where you can write a description, you can write author, copyright, and comments. Last cool feature is how do I incorporate outboard gear settings, that I want to have notes of how my settings are for outboard, EQ, pre's, and so on and so forth. And you can do that in DP as well. Of course, I can start writing here in project notes my settings, but there's a much smarter way to do it, I believe. Only thing is, you will need to buy an extra plugin, and that plugin is called a smartphone. So what I'm doing is, I go to the project menu, go to clippings, I'll add a new project clipping window, which is floating right here, called Untitled. And what happens when you make a project clipping, it actually adds a folder in your projects folder. Let's just see the projects folder over here. So it adds this folder called clippings. And you see we already have a folder here called Untitled. This is actually like a finder window, so I can hold down my command key and click through the hierarchy in this folder. Now, clippings is not only for things from inside DP, so I'll go out here to my desktop, and I have some pictures I just took with my smartphone for setting for my outboard gear, and I'll take those and drag them into my clippings window. Now they have become a part of my DP project. So if I need to go recall, I can go to clippings, and there we go. I can double click them, and there comes my picture, and I know how the setting was of this particular gear. Please send me ideas, comments, concerns, whatever, and subscribe to the videos.